We'll start immediately after I upload this, so get ready, guys. Here it is, my magnum
Apotheosis.
I'm gonna never upload.
Oh, no.
That is fantastic.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
I'm going to explain it now. So on the far left, top left corner, you have Ophelia. Obviously, you can tell by her rich white features and her one horn coming out of her face.
Oh,
At the
okay.
bottom left, you can obviously tell I captured Colorado's magnificence perfectly. What with his two cow horns. To the sort of right of that, you can clearly tell Benson is having a kind of pissing his pants because of with his puppies over there.
I was gonna say second thoughts, but that was two.
The brave Eo with his hat, this pixely hat. And then finally on the right before the V, you see Zhang Hua with her fiery, whispery hair and her one cup of coffee that she has right before certain
Does
death.
Benson not have a head?
No, Colorado doesn't have anything either. But I forgot Benson's horns.
Wait.
Anyway, and then they're facing off against the obviously horrific, dangerous creature that known as Gray Sky.
All right.
Wow.
And that's it.
Life has many doors, that boy.
Life has many doors, that boy. Yes. Anyway, you, Vesper, put that on screen. First thing the fans see.
Yeah.
First part, first
It's already
second.
there.
And
It's already
It's
on
perfect.
yeah,
I love it.
it's been there this whole time. I've been explaining it, right? Yeah, okay, I expect it to be there.
Okay.
I'll leave a comment saying something rude if
like,
you
favorite,
don't.
comment,
alright?
subscribe.
Just saying. Subscribe to our Patreon.
Comment.
Follow us on Twitter.
Yes. All the.
All right, let's just start already. We stalled long enough. Strider.
Hey, you didn't. No one said you had to wait for me. That was your choice.
No, someone said we had to wait. That was me.
Wow.
That was his choice.
Dang it, OC.
The blame firmly rests upon my head. And apparently we lost. Oh, there we go. Very good. Right on then. So let's go ahead and continue on this merry adventure that is coming to a close, shall we?
No.
Now I want to make this last 3 more sessions.
I want to make this
We're
last
gonna make it last
2 years.
10.
I want a 2-year anniversary of this.
Hey guys, after this next battle, we should go back to the desert town. I think we haven't mingled around in the town yet.
We're gonna make this next one last 10 sessions.
I mean, straight up, if you guys actually do want to go to Bacanor, I'm not going to stop you. I just mentioned, time will pass because it will take time for you to get there and back again.
Can we waste so much time that the final boss gets bored?
It'll be like Majora's Mask. You spend too much time wandering around, and just the moon crashes into the
physical
final.
moon that you're gonna come crash at us.
And, hold on. There was a word, a phrase that came to me I was going to say, but I forgot what it was. All right. And I would like to do, 3 or 4 more sessions or whatever have you, but, one, I don't want this to drag on forever and ever and ever, and
Yes,
2, the next group I know is eager to get started, and 3, I know that you guys are making sacrifices to be here, and I don't want to impose on your guys' schedules any further.
They can wait. They've waited long enough. Brox has waited long enough.
Like, for example, Fort Colorado could be sleeping right now.
I'll throw him a sleepy sheepy.
Who needs sleep?
Wait, sorry. Let me admit, Colorado, Strider, and Snow could all be sleeping right now.
I could be sleeping, but who needs sleep when you got steak and eggs?
Steak and
eggs. It's supposed to be bread and eggs. How dare you?
So, last time
No, it's bacon and eggs.
on Dragon Ball Z, there was lots of screaming and shouting.
Yeah.
You gotta scream and shout and let it all out.
The fight with the two brothers had been settled, and it turned out that the younger brother had been corrupted beyond redemption. And the older brother had. It took some convincing, but he finally was convinced that the group wasn't at fault nor hostile, and basically told them what little he knew and sent them on their way, requesting that they never come back, and then quietly put his brother out of his misery off screen
by throwing him out a window.
The screams pierced the heavens.
You put him out of his misery by giving him some cotton candy. That's what you meant, right, OC?
Yeah.
That's what we call it, making cotton candy.
If you call cotton candy, if you call like putting a dagger to a head through a head cotton candy, then yeah.
Why? No love for the classics. Where's the pillow?
Classics. You make do with what you got, boy. You use your hair. You use a wig.
After which the group headed over to the
Now they put him down like Old Yeller.
yeah, that is the wrong.
Just take him up to the back.
Yes. Head over to the
Just stare at the flowers, brother. Just
Head
stare
over-
at the flowers.
He went to live on the farm.
Head over to the Permafrost family estate, not the Evergreen estate, like I kept saying the entire session because I got my names mixed up, but the Permafrost
So much.
estate, which is basically more or less staffed by mindless slaves, who basically got the magic sucked out of them, and then put to work until they were recovered enough to have more magic sucked out of them.
And then we called OSHA on them, and they will soon get fired for many, many workplace violations.
And OSHA had a few choice words here and there, but that said, the party found Frederick Grey Ski, who basically said, "I am not P. Grey Sky. P. Grey Sky lives over there." Of course, this is after the group roughed him up and beat him up, and he was like, "Oh, please don't hurt me. I'm not actually a secret boss. I only have 4 HP."
Boo.
What? I waited for the second level spell slot on that guy.
Yeah, sorry.
I better recover that before we fight the Gray Sky.
And before we actually officially begin, Benson, I would like you to make 3 Arcana checks, please.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Oh no.
One's gonna be
Oh,
a
okay.
nat 1,
3?
the other's gonna be a 16, and the other's
3.
gonna be a 10.
You
Calling
must
it.
die.
Dude.
So 13, 15, and 25.
So we
As
got
in
a
that
nat
one.
20.
I called out earlier what 2 of those dice rolls are gonna be. I got 2 of them right.
Okay. Well,
I failed.
so
Or
I
one
will
of them, right?
tell I will tell you the following pieces of information as they more or less occur. When you guys first arrived, EO, and I believe you, in Colorado, I think, was it the 3 of you? Went over
What?
to
That went to the barracks and stuff?
I went to go visit Orchid,
Oh, the Kelly?
the unicorn.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
I
me.
believe it was me, Zhanghua, and Benson.
Ah, thank you.
Can I make a comment on the Benson cardboard? Cardboard Benson or not?
That'd be a little meta, I think.
Ah.
But that's
He just walks in from stage left, takes off the cardboard Benson, and then stands where it was standing.
No.
Your stage left.
Here's what happens. It cuts to the cardboard Benson. It flops forward, and the real Benson is right behind him. Right behind it.
I was like, "Oh, guys." He's got a comic book in his hands. He's like, "Oh, I was paying attention, guys. Yeah, I was totally paying attention."
No, it's not a comic.
That would be me.
script because he's trying to remember his lines.
As you approached the unicorn, you came to the conclusion that the unicorn was absent most of its magical energy. She had been pretty well sucked dry. Of course, at this point, you didn't know what was up. You just recognized that she had very little connection to any sort of magic of any kind. You also detected that there was something very strong in the air. Very powerful magic permeated the fields that you were in. As you got closer, because at this point, some of the groups, they discovered that there were these large rectangular buildings, 3 of them, and they investigated these buildings and turned out they were basically processing plants. And then from there, went to the actual manor house itself. As you approached towards the manor house, the overall powerful sensation of magic became stronger and stronger as you came closer and closer, although you still weren't quite exactly able to figure out what it did. But it felt very heavy. It felt like there was this great weight just sort of sitting on everyone and everything. And then when you finally step foot into the manor, and after Graysky explained everything, it finally clicks and you realize something. And now once you stepped inside the manor, several things came to you because you freaking crit. By the way, blending a bell pepper with eggs in a blender and then cooking it is not the best way.
Why would you do that?
I kind of like bell peppers, but my jaw is a little messed up, so I can't really eat them. So I blend it with eggs to see what it would taste like.
Why? Why?
Experimentation. But anyways, digress. You realize the following thing. First off, immediately above your head, the manor house, as you approached it, was 3 stories tall. And the ground floor was a simple desk and just what appears to be just miscellaneous things, like some storage over here, just this, that, and the other. It was kind of like a sort of an office reception area, but not really a reception area. It appears that they don't get many visitors at this location. What you detected up above is you detected a lot of, not magic creation, but the creation of magical things. And you studied enough to recognize that you could sense the creation of magical oats, specifically golden oats. And there was a lot of it being produced right above your guys' heads. Directly above that, you sensed several locations of high magic concentration where the magic was being drained from the center, somewhat violently even, and being funneled down through the walls and into the floor beneath you, into what appears to be a large central location. Crit? You could tell it was being channeled into an object somewhere beneath you guys. And then from that object, it was being sent up further into the valley. And the last piece of information you get is the nature of that heavy oppression that you felt. And it emanates from this object down below. What it is it's an incredibly powerful spell that suppresses emotions and pain, thus rendering the people under its effect docile and easy to control. And it appears the center of this magic, this powerful, basically, if you want to almost call it a curse, is from that object down beneath you guys, inside that building. Now, since you were not here, if you want to share any of this information before you guys leave the manor or before you go into the manor or at any point during the goings-ons, you are free to do so.
Okay.
I just need to know if you wish to give any of this information to them, and if you do so, when.
Yeah, I'll give them the information. I think, yeah, as soon as I feel it.
All right. Does that change? Now, rewinding the tape back a little bit, with that information, does that change the actions you guys wish to take? For frame of reference, this is after you have interrogated him, and he basically said, "Grace guys up that way," and Benson suddenly pikes up like, "Guys, you need to know this."
And now we know this.
And now we know this.
And now we know.
This.
Now we can chat about it.
G.I. Joe.
So the question is, do you still wish to continue on, or do you wish to change your actions?
Well,
I'm gonna talk to Benson straight up right here. I'm gonna look at Benson. I'm gonna say, Benson, that's good to know, but we have more pressing matters at hand. This place doesn't seem like it's doing too bad. They don't seem to be hurting all that much. We can get to it after we're done with Gray Sky. It doesn't.
They're being captured, IO. These are innocent people. Taken away from their
Excuse me,
homes.
were you going to call them creatures?
Yes, I was going to say
Racist?
creatures. Thank you.
Anything that's not a sheep is just a creature.
Yes.
I
Yes, honestly, yes. Sheep
Benson
master race.
confirmed.
Well, when it
Sheep
comes
master
to
race.
Yo, he's pretty much a creature.
I think
So,
we should.
anyways, we should definitely still keep going, but with a little more trepidation, considering knowledge.
We should take care of Gray Sky first, is what I'm saying.
I don't know. Does golden oats work on anyone else other than reindeer?
Yeah, but in apparently negative ways.
No, in the version of Foenum I'm running, it doesn't really. It's a tasty snack, but beyond that, it doesn't do much.
Tasty.
Even for like magical creatures, like
Yeah, I'm like hoping that would help us in this final battle.
Yeah, it's tied into the unique physiology of the reindeer because the
Colorado
ice sprites
eats
make it
gold notes, gets
specifically
plus 300 to his next attack.
for them. So, well, first off, getting gold notes is a tricky business, anyways, because good luck getting ice sprites to convince you to give them to you. But if you should, they taste pretty nice. Like, you know,
So we can confirm that whatever is following this magic is also making like these golden oats or no?
one more time, just to make sure I heard you
So-
clearly.
Do we know whether or not whatever this magic is, whatever this item is doing, is it also creating the golden oats? Or are the oats coming from somewhere separate?
They're coming from the ice sprites. They're making them.
Okay.
The answer to your question would be you'd have to investigate.
I have to investigate.
Oh, I would just assume ice sprites.
And I need to. There we go.
It was Ozzy's evil plan to let Corvine not be part of this campaign.
Yeah, because Coravine would obviously investigate. That's not what we're doing. We're going straight for the final boss.
No, she could have eaten some of the golden oats and have had like a big advantage against Grey Sky.
yep.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Supercharge.
Oh,
Or not Strider. Sorry, wrong DM. OC.
Yes.
Is there any like you know when there's like fancy hotels and they got like a free, you know, like a mint or something, like someone that passes it out? Is there like that equivalent but of golden oats somewhere in this room with Graysky?
bite-sized golden oats.
Yeah.
You know?
Golden oat candy.
Oh, cereal.
You know what? I
Part of your
hadn't thought of
balance
that,
there.
but you know what? It appears that yes, there's a small bowl of golden oats for Graysky to munch on the trip. It's not like, again, this place doesn't really get visitors, so it's not like sitting out like as a courtesy bowl where you just grab. It's more like a little personal bowl that, you know, like you grab a bunch of Reese's like M&Ms and toss them in to have next to your guest munch on.
I'm gonna take that bowl.
We all take a bite of that bowl.
No, I'll take the bowl.
Of the bowl, not of the oats.
No, I'll take the bowl.
Take
with
the bowl,
oats
leave
in
the-
them.
Guys, take the bowl, leave the oats.
Dump them on the
It's
desk.
the perfect plan. They'll never suspect it.
They'll be so confused they won't know what to do with themselves.
And that's when
No,
Xianghua
take
comes
the
up and
bowl,
steals
then the
everyone's
oats.
soul.
You take the bowl, then the oats, then put the oats in a cup, and then put it back.
No, no. Oh, see, I'm gonna take the oats that are in a bowl, and I'm going to take the bowl.
Okay.
You
I
gotta-
assumed you were taking the oats with. I assume that's why you were taking the bowl, was to acquire the oat.
No, you gotta be like, you gotta write it in a funny little message. So when you see that, like, oh my god, look, the oat spells out something. It says ooh.
Shanghua, those are Cheerios.
What's the difference?
What?
Alright.
Anyway,
we
I stole that, so
Also,
now
so fight me
Grace-
IRL scrub.
he has no food.
All right.
Alright, so the party decides to move on to the next manor house, correct?
I suppose.
Let's go.
I'm hearing some trepidation.
Personally, I wanted to try and shut this thing out, but if the majority of the vote is to keep on going on, then well, or keep on going
Check.
on.
You want to check the manor out?
Strider,
I wanted to check what Benson was going on about.
Strider, you know what OC is doing. This is the optional side quest right before the boss that extends play for another
optional
fucking
side
hour.
quest so we can keep playing.
Actually, if we destroy whatever this is that's controlling everyone, we could rally them up and have them fight against Grey Sky.
Yes.
We march with an army.
And who's to say if we take care of this, we might actually make Graysky weaker.
Well, we can make him stronger with people.
You mean her? Anyway, fine. If you guys want to investigate. OC, we're going to investigate this place. I'm specifically going to smash a window.
Yay!
Why?
Because shut up.
Because petty, why not? All right. Well, if you wish to investigate further, there's a set of stairs that goes upstairs, a set of stairs that go down, and of course there's also the processing plants outside, as well as I think there's another building that was left unexplored.
I'm going to go to the processing plant outside. Anybody else want to come with me?
Jeanhua gonna ask Benson where exactly does he feel like the magic being gathered, if he can actually tell.
Yeah, I want to go there too.
It's upstairs, right? That's what you said, OC?
No, it was downstairs.
Downstairs? I heard upstairs.
Yes, magic. There are several points of several intense collection.
Congregation.
Yes, magic upstairs on the third floor. But from those basically clumps, magic was being drained and sent downstairs.
All right. We're gonna go downstairs and get
Did we
attacked
do
by
this?
jungle pit fiends.
I'm
We
going to
do
go
this,
outside and go
and
to
we
the
free them.
production plants.
Okay, we do this and we free them. One of two things are going to happen. Either A, they are grateful and they join us in our fight, or B, a riot happens.
Wait, I mean,
Either way, it works out for us. Either way, it works out.
Let's go upstairs and do that. That's a win-win. We get them free, and the final boss gets weaker. We get them free. They break everything the final boss has built up.
Yeah, I don't see any problems with this.
There's
Let's
literally
go
no
upstairs.
This can only work well.
I'm going to go outside to the production building.
Yeah,
I
go
use
ahead.
command. I use command to make IO follow us.
Boy, I'm about to smack you upside the head and then shoot you with an arrow.
All right,
No.
so EO, you're heading outside. Is everyone else going downstairs, or is everybody else going with him?
Everybody
going
else goes downstairs. Always split the party.
No.
Rule number one: never split the party. Rule
Well, I
number
mean, while the riot's
always
happening,
split
it
the
was
party.
outside. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, just let me die, guys. Just left for dead me. Come on, guys. Just let me
No.
wander around a bit.
But again, to clarify, who is going where?
Let's go
Downstairs.
Down. I'm going wherever Benson's going.
Upstairs.
All right, so
Upstairs.
Benson, you're heading upstairs?
Yes.
Excellent. Are you going to the immediate floor above you, or are you going to the third floor?
Well, over the coughing, I couldn't hear you. What was the second?
Are you going to the floor above you, or are you going to the top floor?
Let's go to the third floor.
Okay.
Benson wants to follow that magic.
Colorado,
All
where are you going?
Well, I'm going with Benson.
All right, Jean-Hua.
I'm going with Benson.
Snow? Or Ophelia? Sorry.
I really want to go downstairs, but fine, I'll follow Benson.
As you wish. And EO, you're heading to the processing. That's correct?
Yeah.
Marvelous.
Always split the party.
Never split the party.
Jesus. If
Well,
I didn't have limited magic, IO, I would use command on you.
And I
so,
would make so many rolls against it.
by the way, I, just as a DM, I highly discourage using compulsion magic on fellow players. It never ends well.
What are you
Yes.
talking about?
Remember
Says
when
you.
you were in
Talking
wolf
about-
form and you tried to fight me, and then I killed you?
That
What?
said, so what we'll
That's
do is
not-
we'll go
Out of
ahead.
context.
We'll go ahead and take care of the group heading upstairs first, since their destination's a little bit closer.
Yeah, that's
And then
alright.
we'll-
Who's going where?
We're going to the third
Everyone
floor.
but EO is going upstairs.
To the
Okay.
third floor.
To the
The
third.
third floor.
Third floor. All right. So as the group heads up the set of stairs, and they come to the second floor, and this floor is actually also fairly open. And a quick glance discerns most of what's going on here. Well, to be blunt, you see hundreds and hundreds of ice sprites chained to the wall, producing golden oats.
Oh God.
Can I roll an Arcana check?
Yes. It doesn't take a genius to realize that it's not exactly their will to be here or to be doing this.
Yep.
17.
Is there anything in specific you're looking for? Or I should say, is there a specific question that you had?
Specifically, I want to see where the tubes of magic are flowing to and from.
The magic that you can feel flowing through the building is flowing from the third floor and into the basement down below.
Mhm.
From there, you can tell that the magic is being sent further up into the valley. Exactly where it's going up into the valley, you don't know. But it is going deeper into the valley.
Can I look around this room?
As you wish. What are you rolling for, Zhanghua?
Perception. Any bad guys up here?
You do see what appears to be a couple of taskmasters,
Two!
but
Bless you.
they appear to be more like the taskmaster is not quite the right word, because rather than sitting there with whips, like faster,
They're
They're more like
supervisors.
they're more just like sitting there making sure that what's going on is happening. Like if an ice sprite appears to be flagging, they'll walk over and be like, "Hey, pick it up." Or
They're
if an ice sprite
supervisors.
albeit not the friendliest.
Let's dress up as a
How
supervisor. Start
how
bossing
many of
people
them
around.
are there?
It's pretty much a supervisor. OC.
There appears to be two of them wandering the floor.
Let's
The
have one of
important
us dress
question
up
is,
as
have they noticed
supervisors
us?
and start bossing people around.
All right, start from the top again, Colorado.
It's like, let's dress up as the supervisors and start bossing them around.
we joined Graysky without her even noting.
There's a better way to do that. There's a better way.
Yeah, so there are two of them that appear to be seem to be slowly milling around and just keeping an eye on things.
But have they noticed us?
Let's knock them out.
It does not appear they've noticed you just yet. It is.
I give Colorado a look. Like, want to take them out?
Yeah, let's do it.
We don't
Alright.
have to.
We're gonna.
To be fair, the sound of making gold notes is fairly busy, or is fairly loud. There's a lot of chatter with the ice sprites. I mean, no one knows what they're saying, mind you, but there's a lot of chatter nonetheless. So it's a fairly noisy floor, but again, it's.
Or we could do the fastball special.
So, do you wish to?
John was too much of a big girl to do a fastball special.
Yeah, but I have all the strength.
You do have all the strength, but what are you gonna do? You're gonna throw me, and I'm gonna just smack him upside the head with my staff?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I couldn't.
We can avoid fighting, and we could just make it stealth.
Long
Well,
flying at incredibly
We're
high
not. Well, look, we're not gonna fight. Fighting implies that they can fight back.
Fighting implies I have to roll
diplomacy
We're gonna
check.
stomp them.
Jesus.
Just
Fighting
do some
implies we have to roll
deception,
initiative.
people. Sheesh.
I'm gonna stealth. I'm gonna attempt to stealth and just sneak up behind one of these guys and just
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take
Persuasion, because you don't have to fight your way through everything.
Why
going to-
not?
All right,
I'm
all right.
going-
I know you're not here. You don't know.
John Hua's hungry.
One at a time. Ophelia, what are you doing?
Well, okay, so the main thing that I want to do is, even though it's going to be useless for me, I want to check if there's like any sort of magical thing that's keeping these ice sprites from escaping.
One more time. Sorry, there was lots of noise.
Benson, push to talk.
I'm not even on push to talk.
So basically what I want to do is roll an Arcana to see if there's any magic keeping these ice sprites from escaping.
Okay, go ahead. Zhanghua, what are you doing?
I am going to sneak up and knock one of these guys out.
All right, give me a stealth and an attack roll.
Jesus.
All right.
Colorado, what are you doing?
I'm gonna use my boots, go a little bit high so you don't see me coming from above, and just like kind of drop my hammer on him.
All right. Are you going for the same one that Jean Claude is for, or are you going for the other one?
The other one.
All right, go ahead and give me an attack roll. And Benson, what are you doing?
And then let me get an attack roll going in.
Is there any lights, torches in this room?
Most of the illumination is being provided by the gold notes themselves.
Attack has proficiency, right?
Yes.
Damn it.
Oh God, no!
I use prestigiation.
Hey, if I miss, then
Prestidigitation.
they're gonna be distracted by looking at my hammer just falling from the sky.
All right.
And then I
What are
can
you
just
doing?
drop.
What are you doing with that spell, Benson?
Prestidigitation.
Yes.
Press the da-da-da-da-da.
Come on.
I'm gonna make it a little cold. I'm gonna make the place a little cold. It says here you can chill, warm, or flavor up to a cubic foot of non-living material for 1 hour.
It's like someone turn off the thermostat.
All right. So basically, you're cooling off the room.
Yeah.
All right. So, Ophelia.
So, how I okay.
You got Zhonghua cold, Vincent. That's why she not won.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm gonna resolve this in the order that I started. So I'm gonna do Ophelia, Zhonghua, Colorado.
And Benny.
Ophelia, you do not sense there's any sort of magical compulsion holding them here. It appears that they are just quite literally chained here against their will.
All right.
I'll
Well,
break those later.
in that case, I'm just gonna approach them and undo their chain.
Okay. Zhonghua. See, that was a
Like,
good
so
spell.
how I imagine doing this is I sneak up behind this guy, I raise up my staff to knock him out, and it just like he comes down, accidentally misses him, hits a table, bounces back up, and smacks me in the face.
All right, and Colorado, I am sad to inform you that you also missed with your attack.
Yeah, I could just imagine like some guy just standing next to me, just like a
Could have
20-something
avoided this, guys. We could have
right
avoided
next to him.
That's what
Yes.
you get for attacking after just learning how to fly.
You could have left Benson to try and use command to make one of them nice to you.
At least I did not nat one.
Yeah, at
Oh,
least
Persuasion.
All right.
this reminds me of a similar nat one I had a long time ago.
So
I charged
can literally
I
deactivate the
charged
boots
against the
anytime
guy's
I
man,
want
which I
and
was just like,
drop on him myself. Just be
All
like,
right. Well, Colorado, Ophelia, that will be initiative, and initiative for anybody else who's getting involved in this.
yeah.
I'm not fighting. I just want to free the slaves.
All right, go right ahead. Benson, I presume you're staying out of this?
I'm staying out of this.
well,
Okay.
Snow.
Wow, these rolls.
Well, Ophelia, if you want to free the
2v2,
slaves,
guys.
you first.
Let's go.
Well, Ophelia, if you want to free the slaves, you gotta make the Emancipation Proclamation first, and then.
Don't you bring our real world politics in here.
Who needs documents? Revolution! Revolution!
Just make sure,
Delete.
make sure that your revolution is well documented for posterity's sake.
I forgot what my initiative was. I know that because I took the feat, it's higher than it should be.
Do I have to roll initiative if I'm just freeing the slaves?
No, not necessary. You only need to roll if you're entering combat.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's actually really high.
So
Just think of it as like an arena match. It's 2v2.
yeah, I'm sure it's Iowa and Colorado. They can deal with these two guys.
Yeah, we can. Y'all.
Not
y'all
with the
sit back-
rolls I'm getting.
Y'all sit back and enjoy this.
They're fighting two kind of like I'm calling them supervisors because that's really all they're doing. They're just watching, making sure nothing happens and nothing.
That's
goes
why
wrong.
that's why they need to get knocked out and have their souls stealed, because they're soulless monsters.
Okay, so now that we have your roles, let's cut back to EO.
in a moment.
Or
All
we
right,
could-
because I suspect this combat will be very, very short. But
yeah, it'll be really short.
but given the time, it probably is prudent to cut back to EO once the combat is concluded. That
All
said,
right.
Colorado, you are first. Your hammer is lying on the ground next to a very surprised guard.
Yeah, I'm just literally just gonna drop my whole body weight on him.
Nice.
All right. For simplicity's sake, we'll just say use your normal stuff. By the way, this guard is known as guard 2.
Wow,
Okay.
guard too.
Yes. That is definitely a hit.
So just like roll as if I were hitting with the hammer.
Yes, just for simplicity's sake. All right. Bam. You knock him up. You smash down on him, and he's quite surprised. He looks at you with a dazed expression as he pulls out what appears to be some sort of tool meant for discipline and tries to strike at you. It appears to be a small elf-sized whip.
Oh.
Aww.
And I doubt this.
And before they all crit against us and knock us out.
14 versus armor class.
He misses.
Right
Like
on
he
that.
just like pinks against my armor.
Well, the
You
other
tried to hit me with baby weapon.
That good looking armor.
the guard next to Zhang Hua
Oh
pulls out
yeah,
the same.
I actually forgot that with my armor I cannot be critted no matter what.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing to remember. Might be relevant in the near future. Oh, okay. The guy next to Zhang Hua got a 7 to hit your armor class.
Nah.
So yeah. Your turn, Zhang Hua.
I'm gonna try him again.
There you go, man.
That game's funny.
18 to hit.
That's definitely a hit. All right, he drops like a sack of potatoes.
All right. I guess I steal his soul again. I steal his soul. Just knock him out. Eat his soul.
He'll be fine. Those things grow back, right?
Come here. Is
Right?
it equal to my? Is it equal to my?
Do you need HP right now?
It's temp HP. It's temp HP.
I don't know.
The
how
other
I'm
dude
having
is
it.
almost down.
Speaking of which, Colorado, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna just choke this guy out.
Wow.
Go ahead and make an
He's not
attack
even
roll.
gonna attack, just choke him out.
Modifier plus your monk level.
For clarification, are these lethal attacks or non-lethal?
So that's
Non-lethal.
Very good.
I was gonna roll as if I was attacking normally. Yes.
Oh, that's a miss.
Oh no.
It's like wrestling on the ground.
Pretty much. And his attack back. I actually. That is a 19 versus your armor class.
Yeah, he hits.
You take 4 damage as he smashes you in the side of your neck.
All right. Well, now we got a real fight. Let's go.
Jean Paul, your turn.
All right. I'm gonna start unchaining the ice sprites.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and remove you from initiative.
All right.
Colorado,
Unless other dudes show up, that's pretty much all I'm gonna be doing.
Suplex time.
Oh
Stronger.
yeah.
that's a hit.
German suplex. Let's go.
This isn't just a
Go ahead.
suplex. This is a German suplex.
Well, he had 1 HP left, so he's down for the count.
No.
They had 11 HP, and when you saw you hit him for 10, I was like, okay then.
Pretty much.
All right.
Oh my god.
So,
Now I'm gonna take this guy that I just knocked out, chain him to the wall.
Okay, and then before we switch over to EO, Zhanghua, are you doing anything special with the guy you knocked out? Well, first off, actually, sucking soul, did you actually kill him? Is he dead?
No. No. It,
Um,
stealing their souls, it doesn't actually do anything to them. It just grants me temp HP.
yeah, I guess it gives you a little bit of this. Anyways, point is, so what are you doing with that guy? You anything special? Just leaving him there.
I'm just gonna leave him there. He ain't getting up. And if he gets up, I'm gonna steal his soul again.
Fair enough.
And then
All
have
right.
one just being chained to the wall.
EO,
Yo!
who probably had a farm at some point. Okay, here we go. Long chunk of text that may actually become relevant.
Yeah, with his cousin McDonald.
So there are 3 different processing buildings. On the front side of them, the leaves are taken in, and there aren't really any windows that you see per se on the outside of these buildings. On the back side, you see large crates that are basically being hauled off further up into the valley or being sent to various sheds around the property for storage.
Are ungulates hauling off those carts, or are they like on some kind of a conveyor system?
They're being loaded onto carts that are then being hauled by ungulates.
All right.
So the question is, what you up to?
Is there anyone is there anybody guarding the front?
You see no guards, just
All right,
workers.
I'm gonna go up to the door. You said there were 3, right?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go to building number 2. I'm going to go up to the front door and then take a peek inside.
All right. As you take a peek inside, you see a large room.
You died.
And in it, you see several stacks of leaves sitting there. They appear to be about 25 leaves high, and you see a few stacks here and there that appear to be over top of some sort of vat with a heavy weight on top of them. And you can see a slow trickle of fluid underneath the leaves dropping into a vat down below. And the fluid from these vats are being collected into what appears to be a larger vat off to the side in the back of the room.
Do I see like workers around?
You do. You see some of them placing heavy weights on these stacks, others removing them. You see some adding weight to some of the stacks. You see some, and you see them take the stacks that apparently have been pressed off the vat and then carry it into a back room. It's fairly busy. No one seems to pay you any mind.
So I can just walk in there, right?
Well, it is an option.
All right, I'm gonna walk in. Just open the door and come on in.
A couple of workers look at you with basically drained eyes, but say nothing and continue about their work.
Can I just know from seeing I think her name was Orchid,
Yes.
that these eyes are the same eyes as the ones that basically won't do anything and they're harmless?
Pretty much.
Okay, then I'm gonna, I guess, would it be insight or perception or what to kind of look for like the boss's office?
That depends the method you wish to use to do so. If you just want to like physically look for it, that would probably be investigation or perception. If you want to go a social route and basically ask the answers, that would be a persuade and or insight check. So it depends on the route you want to take.
I'll just generally look around by myself. I'm gonna use a perception.
All right. Pretty good. It appears that, well, the boss is in the manor, obviously, but it does appear that each of these processing plants does have a reindeer over it who is more or less who's watching over what's going on. They don't seem to be particularly like drained or anything. They seem to be relatively normal. and if anything, they seem to be busy doing bits of paperwork or telling the workers to move this there, this here, this there, so on and so forth. And most of them, and it appears that they hang back towards the backside of the processing plant. It's also worth noting, during your search around, the next room, I wrote this flipping wall chunk of text, I'm going to use it. The next room appears to be a drying room where the leaves are hung. And then
I'm gonna use this frying pan as a drying pan.
where the leaves are hung and then taken down. After that, it appears that the leaves are bathed in some sort of really horrifically smelling fluid. And then after that, they are apparently more or less ready to be used after they're dipped in, what is it, oil, I think? Tar-like fluid. Very good. And apparently in the very back of these processing plants, they are either A, put into large crates in the rough leaf shape that they are to be shipped off, or there appears to be a couple leather workers there, right, I forgot about them, who are actually assembling custom pieces.
Hmm.
And since you actually went back, you said building number 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As you enter the back side of it, you see, Ungulate's busy doing exactly what I described, but you see off to the side a nice suit of armor. It's very elaborate, very fancily made, and made from very carefully, meticulously created. But there's something very wrong about it. Like, can't put your hoof on it, but something about it makes you sick to your stomach. It feels incredibly wrong.
Sick to your stomach? Just get some Pepto-Bismol, you'll be fine.
I'm not gonna say it's evil, but
It's evil.
it's fairly close.
Can I get to it without being noticed? Or would I have to roll something? Will you want me to roll stealth?
Yeah, you'll need a stealth for that. Since this part of the processing plant actually has cognizant individual. Okay then.
Oh, that Metal Gear Solid game!
All right, so you make your way over to the suit of armor, no problem.
Hold on. OC, can I do it while underneath a cardboard box?
Just because you crit, I will say yes.
So Eo's going on full-on Metal
You're a
Gear now.
genius.
A
Metal
genius.
Gear.
No one will ever suspect a cardboard box.
Several ungulates walk up to the cardboard box itself after it's moved, look down at it in confusion, and then carry on their way, even though it's sort of in the middle of nowhere.
One weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
And cardboard hasn't even been invented yet.
Perfect. All right, so I want to inspect this suit of armor. What check would that be?
I will give you a choice of nature or investigation.
I have 0 on both. Let's do this. Wow, Dicebot, thanks. Do I glean anything from it?
Being near this thing makes you kind of want to vomit, and there's something incredibly unnerving about it. But upon getting closer to it, it appears you underestimate. It must have been you underestimated how you would react to it, because you just can't seem to keep your eyes on it for very long. From a distance, it looks like any other normal suit of leather armor, leather, in quotation marks, obviously. But the closer you got, the harder it was to keep your eyes on it. And now that you're here, there's something about it that it's horrifying. Like, this
Can I cautiously touch it?
You may.
All right,
Give
I'm
me
gonna poke it.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh God. Oh God, average.
Mm.
Well, you don't vomit.
Oh, good.
But when you touch it, it feels very wrong. You've touched plenty of ostrich armor in your life, so you know what it feels like. But this feels different. This is not made from ostrich.
And before it's actual leather.
You don't know what
How
it
does it
is.
feel? Oh, it varies from person to person.
It's not made from ostrich. You don't know what it's made from.
Ostrich is made of ungulates.
um, is there any way that I could take this thing with me without vomiting?
Well, first off, you're gonna have to get out of there without anybody noticing. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just simply putting that out there. And then you would need be a good skill. I think it was a raw Constitution check.
You know what? I changed my mind. I'm actually just gonna use Sacred Flame on this thing and burn it. This
Okay.
evil should not be in this world.
All right. As you set fire to it, you suddenly hear several alarmed cries from around you. Some of the quote unquote leather workers around you look over your direction and say, "What are you doing? Who are you? Stop!" And the supervisor comes running over, like, "Get out of here! What are you? Who are you?"
I'll burn this place to the ground. And just to prove my point, I'm gonna use Sacred Flame on a nearby chair.
You know what? We're going to make. Oh, okay then. Give me an intimidation check, would you?
All right. Hey, that's actually pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, you get your point across. As you do that, everyone, including the supervisor, pretty much stops dead in their tracks and then splits.
Oh, boy, what's up?
And you're basically now left alone in the backside of this processing plant.
How burnt is the arm? I mean, I guess it wouldn't be much since this would probably take like less than a minute. But how burnt is the armor looking?
Well, since you used magical flame on it, it's burning quite nicely.
Nice.
Also, you know what?
Huh.
Since you used sacred flame on it, not only is it burning, but you feel, or actually you see even, since you're not inherently technically magical yourself, you see what appears to be some sort of like vapor of darkness being burnt off from this suit of armor as well.
So you mean it's stink lines?
More like it appears that this thing had some evil infused into it, or perhaps it was evil in of its nature. Whatever it is, not only are you burning it, but you're basically purifying it at the same time.
Oh, sweet. Does that mean I can get the armor back?
No, sorry.
Oh. All right.
It's very much it's a complete package.
All right. Can I, since I'm basically alone, can I look around for like potions of healing, like cures? Just scavenge around.
Give me a check. Give me an investigation.
Or scrolls, just anything that'll heal. I probably should have mentioned.
Uno momento.
All right.
Okay.
Shut up, Benson.
I'm just looking up potions, really.
Well, in the meantime, I also chuck a Molotov in a random direction because I still have those from the siege.
Well, it's safe to say that this processing plant's going to not last much longer.
Jesus Christ, Io.
Right, P.
Agent of
Yes.
Chaos.
There you are.
Man, you guys are gonna be so happy once you come outside and see what I've done.
Can I say there's a disturbance in the force?
No.
Yeah, you know what? What the heck? Yes, you find a potion of greater healing, which will, when you drink it, regains 44 plus 4 HP. Put in the.
That is a lot of health.
There we go. Okay.
It's more than I have.
It appears that it was kept.
Oh wait, no.
It appears it was kept in a essentially a first aid kit, and it was sort of hidden in the back and kept in a emergency supply, kind of break glass in case of fire. It's more like a break glass in case like someone is dying.
Ah, all right.
I suppose a good example might be like a defibrillator or something.
All right. Well, I'm gonna jet before I burn along with this place.
All right, where you headed?
The first building, and you can cut back to the rest of the guys if you want.
Very well. All right, so I assume you guys have been freeing the ice sprites, correct?
Yep.
All right. Well,
yeah, after I chained up both of those guys to the wall.
all right. As you unleash all the ice sprites, the chittering changes from, well, at first they're very depressed, then very surprised and confused to very happy and eager. And as you unchain them, they pretty much congregate and begin heading downstairs in droves.
Everyone downstairs, let's rush.
Follow them to see if they're leaving.
We found our army. Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Let's go.
I should probably mention a couple of them do head upstairs, but the most of them.
Aren't we at the third floor?
Cool.
No, you're at the second floor. You saw this on your way up to the third floor.
I said we were going to the third floor.
Yes, but when you hit the second floor, this is what you saw.
Okay. All right. Up to the third floor.
Up to the third floor.
More ice sprites. More baddies. More soul.
As you head upstairs to the third floor, what you see up there is, well, for one thing, it's a heck of a lot darker. Like, the ambiance up here is kind of not nice nor pretty. There aren't really any windows. And it's not very well lit, but you can see well enough in here. Exactly what's
I can see
producing the
perfectly.
light. Yes, you can see fine. Exactly what is providing the light's a little unsure. You think there's maybe a torch over there, but
I'd use prestidigitation to light that torch.
Prestidigitation.
Press to
fair enough.
Cinnamon.
Pity.
As you light up the room, what it is suddenly becomes very clear. Along the sides, along the walls, and in nice, neat rows, you see several large, what appears to be cocoons.
Oh
Oh, we're
god.
fighting changelings. Oh, it makes sense.
Oh no!
Oh, this is season 6 all over again.
No!
The cocoons, you see that they some of them are open and some of them are closed, and you even see a couple of ungulates. You see one being escorted into a cocoon, and you see another cocoon opening up with another ungulate sort of stumbling is the elegant way of
The
putting
one
it.
that's being escorted into the cocoon, I am going to rush and intervene that.
As soon as I'm done the description. The cocoons themselves seem to be fastened to the ground, and at the base around them appears to be very heavy. Well, the best way to describe it is webbing that's firmly attached to these cocoons that appear to be made of some sort of white material and shimmer in the light. And then the webbing attached to the bottom goes off in thick strands into the wall itself, and then presumably down. Up here you count a good 30 or 40 cocoons.
Arcanine check. Can I make it?
You can. And Colorado, make me a quick initiative.
Did you just say Arcanine check?
Arcanine check. I need
Arcanine
an Arcanine check.
Roll to see if there's any Pokemon around here.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Oh.
There are many Growlithe and Porygons. Sweet.
Quick, there's a Gengar over there. Everyone rush over there.
What's the CP?
Dang.
Oh,
Colorado, you are there in a flash, and the Ungulate being escorted in is a reindeer who's looking a bit more robust than most of the other reindeer. He still has like his eyes are a little distant, but he's looking a little more hardy, a little more healthy than. And the other reindeer who's sort of assisting him in there appears to be relatively cognizant and very, very surprised at your sudden arrival.
And I
And,
really, I'm
It's
really
like
like just screaming like,
Flash.
I'm really screaming like, freeze, dirtbag!
He
Stop right there, criminal scum.
he jumps back. He's like, What? Who are you?"
And that's when he gets tackled.
If you put
I'm
him
your
in that
worst
cocoon, I'll be your
nightmare.
worst nightmare.
Oh!
Benson,
Right,
was
man,
there
think-
anything particular you're looking for with your Arcana check?
Can I check like inside the cocoons if like there's people in it or life
Yes.
force
Yes, you may.
Yes, there are humans in there.
humans?
So I'm demanding that they step away from the cocoon.
All right. Give me one quick second. I gotta look at something real fast.
And I'm doing this in the most threatening manner.
Okay. To answer your question, Benson, yes, some of the cocoons do indeed have life forms in them. Life forms. Yeah. They definitely have ungulates in them. And the empty ones
Have
Excuse me.
nothing.
well, yes.
The empty
That's-
ones.
Presuming you take a peek inside one, you basically see what appears to be a series of little strands that hang down, and it doesn't take a genius to realize that these strands bore into the skin to extract the magic from them. And you realize something about these things. They're intentionally inefficient.
Oh god.
Oh.
Not like horrendously so, but whoever designed these things either really didn't know what they were doing or is some sort of sadistic monster.
Is there any way that we can determine if it's safe to take these guys out right now?
That would be a separate Arcana check from whoever wants to know that. Or religion. I'd even allow religion.
Well, anyway, those guys that are like about the one that was about to go in the cocoon, I'm like threatening
Yes.
them to step away from the cocoon.
Well, the guy who's escorting them in just basically takes a step back, not wanting to mess with that. And the one about to walk in sort of like looks at you somewhat listlessly, a little confused.
Is that religion?
Arcana.
Arcana?
Alright. He sort of says very quietly, like, huh? Do what?
I'm gonna grab the one that's like the one that was about to go in the cocoon. I'm gonna grab him and really yank him away from it.
Well, he doesn't really resist. He's just sort of a bit limp in your grasp. And just sort of looks confused, looks over at the person escorting him in and looks kind of like a little confused, kind of like, what do I do now? The person there is
Anyway, the one that was like about to put him in, I'm now demanding, what are these for?
well, but I'm just doing my job. I bring him in here, I put him in, and I was told it sucks magic or something like that. Okay, I'm just doing my job, and I put them in when they're looking healthy, and when they come out, they look like that. And he points to another one over that looks essentially on death's door. It's horribly desiccated. It doesn't quite have the strength to stand on its own hooves, and is stumbling somewhat painfully on its way to the stairs.
Yeah, that guy that said he was just doing his job. I'm punching him out.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna give it to you because this dude is just a regular workaday chump. So he drops like a brick,
He just takes a hook to the side of the head.
pretty much.
Non-lethal. Non-lethal.
Ophelia, you are unable to determine if it'd be safe to extract.
Yeah, I figured. Anyone else want to check if it's safe to remove?
I'll do
An
it.
empty cocoon,
I'll do
not
it.
breaking it.
Will insight work? Oh, see.
Yes, but the DC will be much higher.
Okay, this is religion.
Oh, I have a +6. Let's not roll bad.
Ooh.
That's a 21.
You both get it. The answer is yes. It is indeed safe to remove them from the cocoons. It'll be tricky, but
Okay, this looks like a job for me.
Well, I was gonna say it's more of a job for Colorado. He could just smash it open.
Of
course.
The way it will work is you have to cut off the webbing at the bottom of the cocoon, and then when you open the cocoon, you have to basically carefully remove the webbing that's inserted itself into the flesh.
So what you're saying is slide it
Ophelia, use your horn to cut off the bottom.
I will. I cut the cocoon with fist.
All right, so I assume you disconnect all the cocoons, correct?
Yep.
Marvelous. And do you open any of the cocoons?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Specifically the ones
No.
that have ungulates inside.
through. Just open the empty ones and then leave the ungulates where they are.
And now cut back to Eo.
And I assume you guys presume to free the ungulates, correct?
Of course.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. There are about 30 or so currently trapped ungulates. So it'll take some time to do
Jesus
so.
Christ.
Oh,
Now
and
we'll cut back to Eo.
with each one that gets freed, I am
Back to
breaking
Eo
the
camp.
respective cocoon. I will just.
And we were gonna leave these guys.
Oh yeah.
Quick question. I'm sorry. What did you say, Colorado? I missed that's what you said.
After they free with each one that they free the cocoon that they were in, I want to smash to pieces.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and switch over back to
Hold up,
EO.
phone.
Oh, well, okay, we can switch back to EO while Snow takes care of that.
And
EO,
I will switch back to napping.
woo, napping time. All right.